Ed was kind enough to send out that email that had the poem that we had at graduation, and that was a lot of fun. And then we had a little addition of that the last time we got together. And I thought, well, maybe I'll try to do another poem, but I'm not really a poet. In fact, that's the only 2 poems I ever wrote, unless you count the one about that man from Nantucket.
Still on back.
So instead, I came upon this, and I thought I would share it with you all. While staying in a rocky mountain resort one weekend, a young 10-year-old boy, happened to pass by a room where an Air Force pilot training class reunion was being held. The group had met to commemorate 31 years, which had passed since their graduation from training. The young man paused to listen to the old-timers regale each other with stories of the past and reflections on the future. The young boy was so struck by the brave adventures of this august group that he rushed back to his room and penned the following thoughts. Why I want to be an old pilot. Old pilots don't have to worry about fashion anymore. They can wear comfortable shoes. They can wear those pants with elastic in the waist. And they don't have to tuck in their shirts anymore. Old pilots don't have to have six-pack abs. Instead, old pilots get to drink six-packs.
They got a keg.
And this builds up their abdomens. Well, old pilots still hang out with hot chicks who probably lie and say that they're almost old enough to be grandmothers just so that they can hang out with old pilots. But they don't look that old, and they're really pretty and hot. Yeah, here. Gratuitous sucking up there. Old pilots can make up stories about each other when they were in pilot training. Then they can get mad and call each other damn liars and slap each other on the back and go buy each other more beer. This builds up their abdomens. Old pilots have lots of money. This is good because they can spend it on a Harley Davidson or an RV or maybe a boat. Plus, they need lots of money because beer don't buy itself, that's why I want to be an old pilot. Old pilots used to say things like, one pass and all ass. Now they say things like, I wish this kidney stone. Old pilots still remember how to fly, but they don't always remember to zip their Old pilots talk about flying until they get tired of that, and then they talk about themselves. Old pilots don't need to buy birth control stuff. They just use their personalities or their wardrobe. Old pilots know the difference between Niagara and Viagra. Joke. How do you tell an old pilot at a party? Answer. You don't have to. He'll tell you. Let's see. Oh, here's some more. Old pilots know it's important to do things in the right order. Floss your teeth and then use preparation H. That stuff shrinks tissue. Old pilots can still see really well, but why the hell do they have to print this damn newspaper so small anyway? Joke. What is the difference between an old pilot and God? Answer. God doesn't think he's an old pilot. Why I want to be an old pilot. Old pilots still get up at dark 30 to go to the bathroom. Old pilots think the Air Force has gone to hell in a handbasket, and there's only one 4-star general left who's worth walking across the street to piss on if he was on fire, and he's about to retire. And finally, old pilots know that Well, if you can't tap dance, you're queer! I'm really hoping for a better response from that. And Ed asked me to ask two other guys to talk, and I haven't asked them about this, but there were two stories in particular that most of us remember. One was written up in the Duffer book, which I'm sure it was a truthful account, and the other was related to us. So, Russ, G-Man Brock, I wonder if you'd come up and tell us the story about the triple spin, half twist with the dismount, and then if Jerry, if you'd come up and talk about the shutdown of the entire western coast straw. Thanks very much. Surely.